All right, everybody, welcome back. We are back here with ohmacs playing Hrot. And Com's gonna be Dudney and me. So, without further ado, take it away.
Hey everybody, long time no see. This is Hrot. This is a Czech independent boomer shooter, kind of in the style of Quake, but set in the Czech Republic, or then Czechoslovakia in the 80s. We're doing all episodes, so the timer's going to start on me hitting new episode and selecting Kiss Me Gustav, the first mission, and it'll end on the final result screen. So I'll count us down. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
All right. So, man, I don't even know where to start with this game. It's kind of a wild experience. It's a lot like a lot of old school kind of like Quake-like shooters. There's a lot of like bunny hopping and rocket jumping later in the run. Well, actually, not later in the run. Like pretty quick up here.
It's like the second
Game
or third mission, right?
yeah. I think
Yeah.
first rocket jumps on Palace of Culture. That's like like one of the first missions.
Yeah.
Can I read a quick donation really fast?
Absolutely, yeah, go for it.
All right, Wolf Pliskin donates $5 saying MGS Touch Speedrun when Apache. So that's imagine.
What a blurst idea.
Yeah, that puts us at $90 away from our $500 goal, guys. So
Holy crap. Get those donos in.
We're doing amazing right now.
Yeah, that's all for a good cause. All right. So, part of what makes this game so, like, for me, what got my kind of attention with it is that it's like most of the places, very for the most part, all the levels are set in real locations in Prague, which is kind of neat to me. Like, we're gonna be going through like Casa. Of course, they don't have like secrets and like monsters and stuff in them, but it's kind of neat. It's definitely like a labor of love. Made basically the whole game is it's also not made in like this isn't like GZ Doom or like Unreal or anything like that. This is a straight up like from cloth original engine that the developer
Oh, wow.
made.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Which is wild to me. Actually, and I was wrong. This is the first rocket jumps in this level. Which is in fact the second level. You're gonna observe. You may have noticed that guy instantly died the second he touched water he couldn't swim in. Most of the enemies in this game can't swim, and we have this kick that knocks people back, and those two things in conjunction make for some pretty fun skips and such. You can avoid a lot of fights with strong enemies by just kicking them into deep water. We're gonna get our third weapon here, the grenade launcher, which is sort of our rocket launcher in this game. We use it for rocket jumps and stuff. Uses the same ammo as the grenades we can throw, but with different properties. And we're actually coming up on our first boss as well. So
There's boss fights in this game?
yeah, this guy's a boss fight.
Let's see. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. So a lot of people, when they first see that boss, they're like, okay, wait, hold on. What? Why is there a rocket hands gorilla in this game about like the Cold War in the Czech Republic? And it's actually a reference to a different Eastern European FPS game, a Ukrainian FPS called Vivisector, where one of the main enemies is like hordes of those rocket gorillas. If you ever want to experience something completely wild, pun intended, look up Vivisector on PC. That is an insane game. But yeah, now we're on the third stage, and this is our first rocket jumps actually in this level. I misspoke. I like, it's weird. I don't like there's a few stages that I think of as like, oh, it's that stage, but for the most part, it's like it's all kind of a check, like a brown blur for the most part. This game, there's some really distinct stages and such, but a lot of it is.
It's
The
just
helicopter.
it's just brown like you know, backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah, very like
It kind of merged together.
yeah, definitely. And a lot of the stages are like castles and stuff like that, so it's easy to get kind of mixed up. And these early stages have a lot of kind of similar. They're all kind of like public works areas. They start getting more unique starting with the next level. Anyway, here's our first rocket jump, and here's where, thankfully, the speedrun does allow for quick saves and quick loads, which is pretty common across most boomer shooters. There we go. Third try. It's not too bad. I'm gonna get a safety health there, and then but yeah, if the gorilla boss was took you off guard, you're gonna enjoy some of the really crazy stuff we have to fight in this game. Some of the enemies and bosses and stuff like that are it'd be generous to call them like characters or anything like that. It'll just be like we'll see. This stage actually has a boss. That's a pretty good example of that.
I mean, after seeing a giant monkey, it's like I don't even know what can show up next.
Oh, it's this game gets crazier and crazier until it ends. So yeah, buckle up because we're gonna get some wild stuff going here. So yeah, So Cold Gym. This is another level where we have a rocket jump. The levels in this game are very like tight and kind of interconnected a lot, which leads to a lot of the speedrun strats being rocket jumping to a part of the level you shouldn't be at yet. And therefore skipping a huge section of it, like we just did right there.
Rocket jumps are so impressive. I just kill myself in these games when I try and go for them.
There's a lot of things that can mess you up. One thing that has messed me up multiple times is I'll get a power up that makes you do more damage, and then I'll go for a rocket jump and just like erase myself. So don't do that if you can avoid it. Also, I am very low health. I forewent an early game, or like a little bit out of the way safety heal in this level because I was feeling pretty confident about our health level. Oh, quick here, just gonna score the game-winning goal.
Yo, very very important, right?
Oh yeah. Yes, there's some health. Another thing this game has a really good. Oh yeah, sorry. I'll get into that after. Whoa, what's going on here? Okay. After I do this boss fight, something I'll get into is like enemy variety. Okay, so the gymnastics, like
The sawhorse.
It's a sawhorse come to life. If you stand still for a while, it will shoot missiles at you.
Missiles.
Also, you dropped a can of tasty canned poultry. All of the healing items in the game, other than med kits, are actual like rations that were common in communist Czechoslovakia. So we'll be getting
chicken?
Canned chicken. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, skimmed milk is a big one. Keefly, which is sort of like a croissant. Filled with jam, from my understanding. Dumplings and German meat salad.
What?
Which is essentially like chicken salad, but with ham instead of chicken.
Okay.
And here's the super shotgun. This is a fairly recent addition to the game, and it's kind of devastatingly powerful, as one might expect from a super shotgun.
The name implies it, actually.
Yeah,
It's not just a
exactly.
normal shotgun, it's the super shotgun.
Yeah, yeah. Proud Doom tradition. Does twice as much damage and uses twice as much ammo. So here's our next. Oh no, I'm actually out of grenades. Oh, good. This guy will give me some grenades. There we go. Give me 1 grenades. So there we go. Let's go. Normally we have to kind of flood that whole basement area to swim up to that vent, but we can just rocket jump over. Saves us some time. First try, yeah. Also, here comes, I call this guy Superman because we're going to send him flying. Look at him go.
Oh my god. I actually just flew.
Yeah. All right. And so, yeah, the game's got a lot of different enemies. These Smaskos, the guys in little gas masks that we fight throughout the game, are the most common. There's a version of them that teleports, which is another kind of old school shooter tradition. There's these shotgun guys called hazmats. We're gonna give this guy a big smooch. There's no particular reason to do that. It's just funny to me. These floating heads are called confidence. They're named after, that was like what the Czechoslovakian government would call like government informants.
Really? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So there's a lot of like Czech history and culture in this game. I knew nothing about the Czech Republic except for like
And
some
now you're
kind of
here.
yeah, and I've gone to like a deli in my hometown that sells Czech food to to try some of the healing items from the game. Some of them pretty tasty. Also, when you finish each episode, they give you a recipe, which is kind of funny.
Like a real life recipe?
A real life recipe. I learned how to make beef stroganoff because of this game.
Did you actually make it?
That's amazing.
I did. I made their recipe for beef stroganoff.
How was it?
It was quite good. It was quite good. I'd only ever had like cheap like supermarket beef stroganoff before, or like dehydrated stuff. Oh, this is wine. This is another important item. It's like a portable health kit. You use that to just top up our health a little bit. Wine, like chugging wine to tank damage, is a like major strat throughout the game. So look forward to. It does have like a visual effect of like making your screen go all woozy, which we'll be seeing plenty of. So now we're gonna introduce kind of the game's mascot, and he's gonna help us do a clip. And that guy is out here. One sec here. There he is. It is Shemik the horse. He's a horse wearing a gas mask. I don't know why he's a horse wearing a gas mask. But he's got a big character model. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get real drunk, standing against this door we need to unlock, and we're just gonna let Shemik just gently push us through the door. Just clip us through. There we go. Thank you, Shemik.
Oh god. Just straight up it was the gas mask. That was a little bit of
Yeah, that's what gave us the juice we needed. All right. It's another rocket jump. I think this one is, in terms of distance, the furthest we have to go with a rocket jump. So, but it is not the hardest one in the game, though. It's probably going to take me the most tries. Okay, here we go. Now we're introduced to spiders.
Everyone's favorite.
Everyone loves spiders. Thankfully, we've got a boot to deal with them. And spiders, like a lot of enemies, their AI is really dumb. So they will just jump into water and die instantly. Like that one just did. There we go. This is Shemik again. He's also not smart because he's also going to jump into the water and die. Rest in peace, Shemik. We'll see him. He'll show up a few more times during the run. And he's not the only weird masked horse in the game for some reason. This game gets pretty wild. So this is Underground Stream. We just saw a miner that we've seen them a few times. Those guys with the barrels. They work just like the kamikaze enemies from Serious Sam. If you've ever played those games, they just run at you and explode. So a lot of the time we're going to be using like kicking them away and stuff like that, or using the blast from their explosion to get a little bit extra speed. So,
You are absolutely cruising right now.
yeah, there's a decent move speed, and you can bunny hop to go a little faster. Also, something I really like about this game, or I really enjoy about it, is you've got the classic, like, old school FPS. Oh, yeah, there's a miner. The classic FPS, like old school FPS thing where you need the different colored keys. But again, because this is like Czechoslovakia in the 80s, they're not like the blue key and the red key. They're like the tin key, like the aluminum key, like the bronze key. Grab some skimmed milk here. Actually doing really good for shotgun ammo, so I'm not too worried about... That's the annoying thing about the teleporting guys. If you don't get them with the first shot, they're going to teleport, and they're almost always going to show up in front of you and impede your forward momentum, which we don't love. There we go. That key's just called the common key. I don't even know. Also, I'm going to put a mine here because that kamikaze is going to catch up to me, and I don't want to wait for him to kill him, but I also don't want him to damage me right before the boss fight we're heading to. Oh, that was not great timing. Jeez. I tried to throw a grenade through that door, but it auto-closed before I could. I know there's a confident who's going to come down here. Oh, jeez. There. See? Teleporting guy shows up now of all times. So speaking of, here's our next boss. I think its name is literally just the Big Spider. It's a big spider.
So the most normal boss fight so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
A giant spider.
And the most normal boss fight you'll see. Like
the game had to tone it down for like just 5 seconds.
yeah, they wanted to ease you into it before we play the last mission in episode 1, Mausoleum. And Mausoleum features kind of a greatest hits of a bunch of the crazy stuff we've done. We're going to get a crazy boss fight, and our boy Shamik is back, and he is going to help us through a door again. But I do want to clear out Shamik. Freaky deaky Shamiki. Okay, there we go. I want to like thin out the regular enemies here because I don't want to be taking any more damage than I'm already going to be taking from Shamik. Really quick clip there. I've been stuck there for like 30 or 40 seconds.
Who found that clip?
I'm assuming the Kovic. Most of the game's speedrunning was like routed by a Czech player called the Kovic. Although there's a bunch of other runners of this game, including Zello, who's one of those guys who runs like a really eclectic speedrunner. He does a lot of like high-end rhythm games and stuff like that, and he's one of the regulars at Slurpathon. I think he also runs like Mega Man Battle Network, I want to say. One of the crazy Mega Man games that involves the internet. Awesome dude. He co-commed the run of this at Slurpathon last year. And had a lot of really great information here. So this is Gottwalt. I mean, this is his dead body that we're surfing on right now.
He's staring at you.
Yeah, he's the first leader of Czechoslovakia as like a country, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, I'm sure they made that asset for no reason and he won't show up again. So now I'm just going to put out some landmines because we are getting into our first like act boss, and this is Gottwalt again, but this time with spider legs.
Oh my god.
That's the best is if I get up to him, he's got his little
And he's
pipe.
shooting ninja stars at
He's
you.
shooting ninja
what is
stars.
that? Oh my god. The pipe too? Why not?
Yeah, the pipe's my favorite part. I love that he has a pipe.
Like why? This game might have the funniest bosses I've ever seen in a video game, actually.
Oh, all I can say is wait for the end boss. It is sublime.
Oh,
Um, one of the craziest end boss experiences I can think of. And this is real nice. Now that we're done episode, we get some fireworks. We're not going to stick around and watch them. But, and here's what you need for beef stroganoff. I did skip the recipe for beef stroganoff.
Oh, no.
If you want to learn how to make beef stroganoff, just get this game and beat the first episode.
or watch your run and
That's
pause
true.
it.
Yeah, pause it right when it comes up. So, welcome to Act 2, or like Part 2, the degustation. This introduces our new kind of main grunt enemies, headsmen. These guys have a pretty decent melee attack, and a lot of them have shotguns or grenade launchers. And they say all sorts of funny stuff. Oh, first try on that rocket jump.
Let's go.
We have to jump up to the top of this. You normally got to go all the way around and get the get onto those rafters there and platform over to that key, but we just yeet ourselves. And here comes the other most normal boss, although it is something that you don't often see as a video game boss, despite being, you know, kind of a real life boss fight.
Oh no.
Is it just a bear?
Oh.
It's very Eastern European.
I was gonna say that bears can be a problem. They are just technically regular enemies, but they are very spongy. And guess what? There's another one, but you know what they can't do? Swim. So just grab that health real quick here. And then I mentioned damage clipping. We're gonna just damage boost right through this Indiana Jones boulder and leave the level. And welcome to Uranium Mine. This is like the donation reading level because it's got the closest thing this game has to an auto scroller. A little later on, we ride a little. I guess it's sort of a train. I don't know. It's a little like mine cart, but it's not like it's not like a Donkey Kong Country mine cart where it's like, whoa, this is crazy. It's like a mine cart moving at like.
Yeah, it's like a realistic minecart. Where
Yeah,
like,
it's significantly slower than walking. But it's the only way to open certain doors, so we've got to use it. Speaking of, here's another one of those Indiana Jones boulders. We're gonna move out of the way, and then when it comes, oh crap!
It barely clipped you.
It barely clipped me, and I was in a bad position there. I got hit by the confidence. Their shot like messes with your vision, so it got the jump on me.
Thankfully, it's not that far away from the safe point.
Yeah, thankfully, yeah. It's not like the beginning of this level is not far. And the longest levels in this game, I think, are like 4 minutes or so. So, I mean, the worst case time loss would be like a couple minutes. Thankfully.
You don't want to get by the Indiana Jones boulder.
Well, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kill that confidence that he doesn't mess with me
See,
again.
this happen again.
Yeah, but also, oh yeah, there's 2 more. You're also gonna see something particularly evil about the Indiana Jones boulder. So I go out of the way, right? They don't care.
What?
It follows you.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that boulder really was just massive. You guess your hitbox is really big, but no, it literally tracks you.
It tracks you. Now it explodes after a fairly short period of time, so it's not like as big a risk as it could be because it does insane damage, like goofy, like it's programmed basically to one hit kill you. If you're surviving it, it's because you've got either armor or overheal. Thankfully, both of which are really plentiful in this game.
Yeah, you were not lying. This minecart is extremely slow.
Oh yeah, but these little doors here only open to it. So we're gonna be the second we don't have to be riding on it anymore, we're just gonna get off, and it's hilarious how much faster you run than the minecart. Nice thing about the minecart though is that any enemy that even like grazes it just gets erased. It is
Really?
Oh yeah.
Minecart?
Yeah.
It's going like 1 mile per hour.
Yeah, but I guess it weighs a lot because yeah, the enemies will walk into like laterally and just pulped, just jibs everywhere. Like this guy, watch.
Let's see it.
There he goes.
The sound effect too.
Yeah. Get a little cut. Oh, this guy's body's gonna get hit by it. I'm gonna take out. I got the crossbow earlier. I didn't even mention it. The crossbow is fun, but it's not hugely useful for a speed run. It does a lot of damage, but not like it's like piercing, it's like critical damage, which we don't. It doesn't come that in handy. It's good for taking out like confidence and stuff like that. But we also never really get ammo for it, so don't worry about it. Oh, this guy's gonna come and just move further back on the minecart. Let him just do his thing.
It is unbelievably slow.
I know it's infuriating. this is why I said this is like the donation reading level, because it's like, here we go. You're on like the Thomas the Tank Engine ride at like a theme park. It's like
this is literally the 3-year-old and up ride at like
yeah, exactly. And here's the last door we have to get it to go through, and then
get out of here. Oh my god. It's not even close. I forgot how fast we were, actually.
It's you spend so much time on the minecart, you forget what it's like on the outside. Okay. So we're right at the end of this level. I think this is the longest level in the game.
Lennon.
We got this earlier, and I didn't really use it much, but the lightning gun, it's another incredibly powerful gun, but we basically just use it on bosses or in like a couple like group fights where it's just easier to really bad RNG with the mask guys here.
I mean, it seems like the super shotgun is just kind of your best option. It seems to just obliterate everything.
It is really good, and because it's like the game doesn't give it a number on the number pad for selecting weapons, we can switch between the two shotguns really fast, and we actually do that to like do a lot of damage, in particular to the like Act 2 boss. So this is Velatrice. It's like a kind of a horror themed level, and it starts off with us eating a bunch of mushrooms off the ground and then spooky stuff starts happening. So we may in fact just be tripping.
No, it's because of the wine you're drinking.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's like it's bad wine. It's like tainted or something. Also, an insane number of headsmen in this level, like in these little catacombs. Normally,
the memorization of all of this brown.
Oh yeah, it takes a hot minute.
Yeah, it's really hard to memorize all the routes and exactly where to go, because you're moving so fast too.
Yeah, it's easy to get kind of turned around, especially in a lot of the levels. So you got zombies in this level, who are damage sponges, but they can't swim, so rest in peace, zombies. And we get to introduce, like, there's an enemy. The enemy that jump scared me the most when I played this casually on stream. We're going to see him right here.
The forklift?
Yep. Yeah,
what? That's an enemy?
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
and
was that a wheelchair? Like, what was that?
Yeah, these are called infested riders. They're actually, like, incredibly brutal enemies. So, this is Factory Farm, and we're actually going to rocket jump right at the beginning. Skip a whole lengthy section of it. Oh yeah, here's an infested rider. So they're tanky. They can take 2 grenades. Which is pretty good. good for them. You know, they're tanky boys, and they have like a very fast firing like scatter shot rapid fire projectile that does a lot of damage. They are gnarly enemies to deal with. This is actually probably the most normal boss.
Oh, it's just a tank. That's it.
It's just a tank.
Okay, so this is Metal Gear Solid but brown.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is Metal Gear Slovak.
Yeah.
And another infested rider. And then we're gonna go into this is like an industrial poultry factory, and we're going to get this raises our attack speed, and we're gonna need it because the chickens.
What? What was that?
You know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why the chickens are
so fast, and they're hostile chickens. You know, they
yeah. Also, the ones that jump you that come out of that doorway, they're headless. They're just like a bunch of headless chickens.
Because why not?
Yeah.
It can't be the ones that are actually like alive.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a bear. There's just so much going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and this is the enemy that, or this is the level, Casper Castle. This introduces, oh, also, you get different kinds of armor. The best types of armor you can get are clean underwear and a clean undershirt. I don't know why. But yeah, this enemy, this level introduces another kind of almost sub-boss grade enemy that we're gonna have to deal with called Gimps. And it's not quite what you think. Where's my wine? There it is. We're just gonna, because there's a lot of reloads for the wine, I'm just gonna get nice and soused real quick here. Leave these guys a landmine or two, so that they don't follow me back to...
So when you said Gimp, I'm like,
Yeah.
And you know, it's not what we're thinking, right?
Yeah, these are Gimps. So, I
Oh,
mean...
The people on the horses?
No, the people on the horses are huntsmen. The horse is the Gimp.
Oh. What?
Yeah. So that's the power of the kick. We can move enemies a lot of the time, moving them back into like their spawn areas or areas that are kind of smaller for them, and can get them stuck. Gimps like to be rid after all. Jeez.
I know we're not talking much. It's just very impressive.
Like I'm just watching. I'm just like, what am I? It's like, mesmerizing. You know, it's like it's just going so fast, and I'm like, there's just so much stuff happening.
It's true.
I have no idea what I'm looking at.
The game throws stuff at you real quick. You would be forgiven for not even noticing that they introduced snakes as an enemy now.
Yeah, like what? It's a salt snake right there. Okay.
Yeah. The funny thing about snakes, they show up very rarely in this game, but they're insanely powerful. They like two-hit you. And they're one of like 2 or 3 enemies that can go underwater, so you can't flood them out and like you would with a lot of enemies.
I love the sound effects in this game with enemies. It's so funny.
Oh yeah, I love it. I looked up before my Slurpathon run. I looked up what all of the like enemies were saying, and they're mostly just like stop and stuff like that. But like the voice acting is hilarious, and just like the sounds enemies make when you shoot them. It's great. It's exactly what Solstice was thinking.
Can't trust the guy.
So this is Dobrosov Fortress. This is another, like, casually, this is a very long level. And we don't have, like, a lot of, like, skips or anything, but it's a combat-heavy level, so we're gonna just skip a lot of that combat by running past it. Because we're running past a lot of, like, tough encounters, I'm going to be playing the first part of the level a little bit less risky and kind of taking the time to kill certain enemies. Jeez. That guy just kind of took care of himself. We're going to go get this key, and it's going to spawn a lot more enemies, including a helicopter. We're not dealing with that. Who's got the time? Get out of here.
Those dogs were out for.
I was going to say, I've never had those follow me down there. That's never happened before.
The variety in enemies just like is so funny. Just to look
I know
at.
it's wild. In fact, we get introduced to an enemy here that I think only shows up in one other level. Specifically bats.
He texts so fast, it's so ridiculous. I love it.
Yeah.
Just flopping it.
Yeah, just the Bart and Lisa strategy of I'm gonna swing my sickle, and if you get hit, that's your own fault.
You're right.
All right. This is one of the crazier levels, the Granny's Valley. It's
now
named after.
A bike.
Oh yeah, there's vehicles in this game. There's a vehicle in this game, and it's this bike. The Granny statue is a real like thing in the Czech Republic. It I don't know what it signifies or anything, or why there's a statue of just like some granny, but like, ooh, this is really low on health. Hopefully there's a delicious key flea in here.
And I'm assuming you're saving your wine charges for.
Yeah. I don't want to use them here. It's not like there's like a key thing I want to use them on, but there was that like large heal in that room, and I didn't want to use the wine with that because I wanted to get that before I started using any wine. Yes, there's the granny statue. Oh, we've got a jump scare warning coming up here. In about 5 seconds. So okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Granny jump scare.
Oh my god, it's just like that game Granny, but in the Czech Republic.
Yeah, exactly. Just gotta move the bike. There we go. I've got to put landmines here for a reason that'll make sense in a second.
Granny's just in the window again.
Yeah. Granny's watching. Granny is the boss?
Yeah. Yeah, she's Granny's got grenades. Oh no, the bees. This can happen. Bees. Yeah, if the bees get you, they'll keep going at you until you jump underwater. They'll just damage you the whole level.
It's like poison.
Yeah, essentially. The game fart, yes. The sound effect for being out of like when your power-ups and stuff like end is a fart for some reason.
Really?
Just kind of this game's sense of humor on it. As we descend into this outhouse. I'm gonna chug-a-lug some wine because we are getting a free bottle of it. Oh, I got turned around. See, even the speedrunners aren't immune. Free bottle and a free backpack. Backpacks are like an assortment of ammo. We're gonna preempt a couple enemy spawns here. Guy's gonna show up right there. And 3 guys are gonna be right here. Ooh. here we're gonna get a quad damage, which we're gonna need because we've got a whole boatload of enemies we have to fight in this next room, including that motorcycle guy. The game does have a few of these, like, battle arenas you can't really, like, skip. You just kind of want to do them as quickly as possible.
We should throw out, like, 5 different enemy types.
Yeah, exactly. Just like
so
got some gimps. We got some grenade launcher guys. And actually, we're coming right up to the last boss of Act 2 here. In the final mission in this act, the degustation. Yeah, let's look at dualies. It's just kind of a power up to our pistols. We're not going to use them against the boss. It's just kind of cool to have. So this is where we're going to start using. This is Gusta. You remember that painting I kissed in that one level? I was like, oh, it's something you can do. That's Gustav. I can't remember his name. It's Gustav something. He's like a Czech politician from the 80s who, like, kissed Mikhail Gorbachev. Or not Mikhail Gorbachev, Leonid Brezhnev in a photo. And it was, like, something people didn't care for, I guess. I don't know.
We're getting some history lessons as well. That's crazy.
True. I don't know if he was in fact a giant head powered by a fan that spawned enemies through lightning.
Maybe.
But I don't know enough about Czech history to dispute it. So here's where I'm gonna bust out the lightning gun because it's good for crowd control and just finish him off before he can spawn that. He does spawn an Indiana Jones boulder that will chase us around the arena. It's like Lethal Company all over again. Okay, here's cauliflower brain. It's a recipe.
Cauliflower brain.
Okay, and we're gonna enter the last area. It is. So this is war with the newts. So now it's newts.
They're actual newts, but they're not human-sized.
Yeah, it's based on a famous like Czech novel called War with the Newts. It's by the same guy who invented the term robot, actually.
That is the most random thing you have ever told me, ever.
So thankfully the newts like headsmen. They have like they have like a big melee attack, and it pushes us through stuff. So we're actually gonna more or less skip war with the newts.
These newts also have swords as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they got swords.
Guns.
They got shotguns. They've got grenades. Nice. Okay, that was pretty good. It's like a 45 second. Oh, closer to 50. That's okay. That's not bad.
That is so disorienting when you're so drunk and
like the levels ending. Anyways, that last level was all like a fever dream. We're actually in the hospital. So yeah, cauliflower brain. So like eating like sheep and cow brain, I guess, was really common in like Czechoslovakia. But it was like expensive because it's like a meat product. So people would use cauliflower to make like the Beyond Meat equivalent, like the old timey Beyond Meat equivalent of like brains.
I see.
So that's what cauliflower brain is. Because when I heard that, I was like, "That's what is cauliflower brain?"
I know, right? Like, it's something I've legitimately never heard about in my entire life until this game. This game's teaching me more than I've learned in the past like months.
It's true. Ironically, we're really low on health in the hospital. But we will get there's some health packs in this next area. And the thing every hospital has, kamikaze miners. Also, the doctors, they're some of the tankiest enemies in this entire game. Also, look at this reload for the dual pistols.
What?
I know.
The flip?
Oh, it's so good.
That's so funny.
Yeah. We got the super shotgun here. Oops. I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna grab the soup as well. It's actually like a 3-course meal. It's like the big healing item. So the reason the doctors are so tanky is that they are radiologists, so they have lead shielding on. There's like a lore reason why they can take like a super shotgun. I mean, those ones didn't, but sometimes they can take a super shotgun. Yeah, see that one took a super shotgun shot and didn't go down. Oops. This is one of the easiest levels to get turned around in. We've also got another kind of bonkers boss fight coming up here. And it's one with a bop, like a bopping song.
All right.
Yeah.
Haven't heard much music in this game yet, so.
Yeah, the music's mostly pretty just like atmospheric, like.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
droning ambiance type stuff, which suits the game's like tone and everything.
Yeah, definitely.
But here we get a nice change of audio scape here. This is the boss fight. That's the Autodrome.
What?
It's like bumper cars.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, sure. This is where we're fighting bumper cars.
Yeah. I got the 2 times, which is doubles your fire rate, which is why I am shooting the super shotgun so fast.
The bumper car music is so funny.
I know. It cracks me up.
It's so good.
Oh boy. That guy could be a problem. All right. Well, problem solved. All right. So now we're going to Rostley. This is probably my favorite level. It's got some really cool like vertical movement and such. Nice variety of enemies. Not too many like annoying enemies either. And the setting is kind of cool. Like right now we're just in a sewer, like the 50th time this game. But when we get above ground, it's like an apartment complex, which is kind of neat. There's currency in the game, and it's actually armor. The idea being that like the money's not worth very much, but if you get shot, it'll stop a bullet. Same thing, we can get like medals, and they're also armor.
There's metal.
Boy. Yeah, no, like an award.
Oh, what the hell? I mean, I guess it could technically be considered armor. I mean,
I was gonna say
maybe block like a shot.
It's yeah, it's like I think it's based on like an old like folk story that's like when they would like execute like the like Soviet generals. They'd like try shooting them in front of a firing squad, but they'd have so many like cheap medals that they've been given that it would like take more bullets.
It's so random, but
yeah, there's also a little train set in here.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Okay, grab this dumpling. Dumplings are about as worthless as healing items get. They give you 2 health. Not a lot, obviously, but any port in a storm. It's true. We're gonna go into this laundry room, grab some armor, because we are going to need it for the next 2 stages. So I have another one of those big battle arenas coming up here. So it's really fun knocking miners back into other enemies. Oh.
I think it's really funny to use.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, so this is Georgia Podigrad, and we're not going to see much of it because this whole game's gimmick is that key opens this door that ends the level. But this floor is going to fall out on us. So we're going to just rocket jump backwards.
That's it.
And that was an 18-second level.
Oh wow! Is it like a long level? Like you get to do a good.
Yeah, it's about it's about as long as the level we just did. A little bit longer, maybe. So that's a giant skip. That's probably the largest individual skip in the game. Although this is probably the second one, and it is appropriately difficult. So this level's Incinerator. And it's split up into two sections, this above ground section and then a below ground section that's this lengthy series of kind of like pipes and tubes you got to go through to get, similar to the last level, basically also you can get a key that opens up like the very last section of this stage. So we're going to do another clip. But the way we're going to do it is, well, basically the same way we would do the Shamik clip, but we don't have Shamik in this level. This is industrial. There's no horses here. So we've got to find a different enemy to use. And there is one candidate. Unfortunately, he does a lot more damage than Shamik, so that's why we needed all that armor. We need every ounce of health we can get to survive getting pushed through the door by this gentleman.
Oh, it's our friend.
It's our friend the bulldozer again. Come on. Unfortunately, kiting him sucks. His pathfinding.
Is he too fast or what?
No, I mean, that's part of it. Like, if he gets close to you, he just starts melting you. But also his pathfinding's trash, and he's not really supposed to be going down these stairs. Wait, I did this in a weird order, but that's okay. Stay back. Okay, give me the wine. Oh boy, come on, get me through the... Oh, yeah.
Oh...
Not super surprising that would happen, but it's okay. Now. Okay, there we go. There we go. Come on. Through the door. Oh, we're out of wine. Nope.
Oh, that was so fast.
Yeah, he
obliterates you.
There we go. See you, buddy.
I like how the door's just floating in the middle.
Yeah, because it doesn't like close the door from the other side, blocking that off.
What's the name of the bulldozer thingy?
I think he's just called like excavator. I'll check in the bestiary when we're done.
Right.
So now, of course, we get some more music because we get to be on a Czech game show. And I don't know how it works. You just kind of push E until it gives you a reward.
Liver dumpling.
Sometimes it's good. Like the numbers go up. That's Incinerator. So now we're on Bubny, which is a train station.
That's a pretty hype name, actually.
I love the name Bubny. It cracks me up every time. The stage Bubny is just like, this is just combat arenas. Like, this entire stage is just like, fight every enemy we've got. So it's simultaneously like one of the most stressful and like simplest levels in the game. Thankfully they give us a double time here so we can it's fun firing. Some of the other weapons in like fast motion are pretty fun. I in particular like or the submachine gun's really fun too.
So good, let me see it.
It's literally just here, have one of every enemy in the game.
Yeah.
Everything TBH essentially.
Thankfully no snakes.
Oh, it's random what spawns.
It's random, but it comes from like a pool of enemies.
Oh, okay, I see.
Now, if you watch like the Kovic and like the really, really good, or the Kovic, sorry, I always for some reason pronounce his name like it's a Croatian name. What they do is they fight on the tracks, which is terrifying because it's RNG when trains come, and a train can just come at any time and just erase you. So I fight on the platform, and this way enemies come towards me, and a lot of them are gonna get hit by trains, and it's gonna make my life a little easier. I don't know if this is faster or not. I don't know if like there's so much RNG in these like combat arenas that it would probably be pretty difficult to actually test, but if not faster, it's definitely safer.
I love the dual pistols.
The pistol reload. Just flip them.
It just looks so funny.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. There's part of the reason that like this game, like I was so like smitten with this game when I first saw it, is that it's just like it is kind of like aesthetics and stuff of like an old school shooter, but the guns are like just like normal like Soviet era like guns. It's so like it's such a weird like contrast to you're not getting like the BFG and like chainsaw and stuff like that. It's like no, here's like a farming implement and some Shamik's back.
Shamik.
Sorry, bye Shamik. That was really good timing, actually.
The fact that you just kicked a horse into a train.
Truly, Czechoslovakia is a land of contrasts. Okay, so here's another battle arena. This one is a little bit hairy because they fall from the roof, and they spawn in like a little like box up there, and they can get stuck up there. So sometimes you'll like your instinct is to like, oh, I'll go closer to the entrance so that they'll like fall down because they'll come after you. But sometimes it's like miners like this, and it's terrifying when you go to look and see what's stopping the enemy from spawning, and then a guy drops on you with an exploding barrel. All right, and now it's time for the end boss. Welcome to Strahov Stadium. We get two bosses here. When you see the first one, you're going to be like, well, they can't one-up that, and then they do. So I guess the key question is, have you seen the hit film RoboCop?
Of course.
I've never seen RoboCop.
Oh, okay. Well, this first boss won't make as much sense, but it'll still be funny, I think.
All right, I'm ready. I mean, I'm not ready actually, but you know.
So here's our first enemy, the Ed 209 from the movie RoboCop. And if you've seen like the thing in RoboCop, it does have a weakness, and that weakness is stairs. So we're just gonna kite it over to the stairs. Yeah, it can't go downstairs.
Oh my god.
All right, that's our sub boss, and now it's time to fight our real boss, who's just called the Commander in Chief. And any relation, any like, if he looks like anyone you've heard of, it's just coincidence, okay?
What?
How
Commander in
did
Chief?
get away with this?
Oh, here comes his ride. I killed his bear that he was riding on, so now he rides on a pterodactyl and drops presents, which are in fact enemies.
What?
Just like the real Commander-in-Chief would do, had he access to the tools to do so.
Commander-in-Chief.
Okay. I have a lightning gun, don't I? Good way to finish this off. Yeah, there we go. Also, he makes the bear pain sound because when he spawns in, he's riding on a bear. Okay, we got to get inside of him though. Give him a gastroscopy.
What?
Now you see, that's the thing. His heart has been augmented with the parts of the Prague astrological clock. So we got to get those and then flush ourselves out. Now that's not actually the end of the game. We have a little epilogue real quick.
Huh? What's going on?
Well, we have to fix the astrological clock because we got the parts from inside the Commander-in-Chief, who also had a doctor inside of him, which is pretty impressive. Big ups on that guy. The doctor, I mean. fantastic voyaged himself in there. So just gotta run up here. There's no enemies or anything in this last level. Let's just go in here, fix the clock, come back down, and now there's fireworks and stuff. Some free wine, and then we're done. And time.
All right.
So, yeah, that's Hrot. Thanks
Yeah,
for the
that was definitely a run. I did not expect any.
No one does. It's quite a thing. I mean, we didn't even see the cosmonaut, or the war wagon, or this ghost. Oh, Loader is the name of the.
Loader's a hype name, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, so thank you so much, ohmacs. You got any closing words here?
Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting Extra Life, everybody. Thanks for the GGs, everybody. Thanks for co-comming Dude and Verm. I appreciate both of you. Thanks for letting me show up at this event. This was a lot of fun, and it's all for a great cause. You can find me at twitch.tv/ohmacs and ohmacs. And I am an indie game dev. My game has a website, sci like science, heist like a heist.com. So check that out. There's not much on there, but yeah, that's all from me.
Any closing words, Dooney?
No, man. This is like the third time I've seen this run. It's always entertaining. I can't believe how fast it is, and brown. It's a lot of brown.
Yep, definitely. So yeah. All right, for sure. Thank you so much for the run, ohmacs. Next up, we have Matthias with Ratchet Deadlock. So tune in for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be right.